Hi friends, this is Kapun Piso. Picat. Brain is creating a thought. I'm going to talk today about Islam psychosis. One of the brain disorders, schizophrenic type disorders, HIV of the brain, the neural array, that is part of the religious psychosis mental illness, or schizophrenia that nobody seems to see. It's a virus of the brain, believing gods and imaginary friends and things like that. I'm going to talk today about this particular disorder. The worst is Christianity. Christ psychosis is the worst. It's the most virulent. But Islam psychosis, they have the idea of, they all have life after death. But in this case, if you martyr yourself, you will enjoy orgasm. In other words, when you have sex, you have orgasm. It's part of nature. It's passing our genes. You spit the sperm. Because our penis is our creator. We spit sperm, DNA, and here we are, creating our brains. So, by these Christ psychotics from the 7th century, creating Islam psychosis, and the many variations, because there are like 73 sects of Islam psychosis. And here, the Iman, which is a grand psychotic, one of the grand psychotics of an infector, because all religious priests are infectors. They rape the brain of children, they're deluded people, with this schizophrenia, temporal lobe epilepsy, and depression, and bipolar disorder all roll into one. It's a really dangerous disorder, like HIV of the brain. Make people fail-hearted, deluded, stuck with this psychosis, this schizophrenia type beliefs, and they constantly pray, and they communicate with imaginary friends via mental telepathy, which are prayers. When you thinking about communicating like that, you're psychotic, because you're praying. Praying is a psychosis, a manifestation of a psychosis. It's a psychotic episode when you're trying to pray, communicate with things that do not exist. And in this case, you will see the Iman telling you about what you're going to get in paradise, all the virgins and the pleasures and all that. But he is benefiting from technology created by mentally healthy, in other words, atheist scientists. We have been created, we mentally healthy, in other words, atheist intellectuals have been, we create science and technology over millennia, years of deductive thinking and accumulating information. Not thanks to the Christ psychotics, like destroying the books and insisting people pray, and they're in control of countries. They're kings and all that, leaders, and they kill the scientists, and they kill all the people of intellect. They're psychotic, don't believe in all that crap. So anyway, this is the problem, and here you're going to see this in here.
إنها رسالة إلى من ضيع الجنة بشهوة ساعة. اسمع أثناء الحريات كيف وكواعب أترابا أي هنا الحور كم هم الذين باعوا الحريات.
And see, these virgins, these so-called virgins, are is actually our orgasm, because we can masturbate and have orgasm, and the moment that you spit your sperm, it creates in the brain these sensations, this tremendous desire and sensation and immense pleasures, placed there by nature for us to procreate, because if you're sexy and feel good, then all kind of sex, because all kind of sex feel good. Masturbation, oral sex, all type of sex, anything. It is actually creates a tremendous, really good feeling. And the psychotic imbeciles, religious psychotics, they try to organize what sex and what you should do sexually. And that is the biggest problem, because then they control everything and they think it's a sin if you don't do this, right, and all that. They create all these psychoses and controlling they are psychopaths. It's a disease. It's the schizophrenics. And here, he is going to use chants and all that, telling you what you should do. And the psychotic is benefiting from... They're benefiting from all the technology. You see the microphones? He's benefiting from that. If he gets sick, he goes see a doctor that actually help him, thanks to atheism, mentally healthy atheism technology to cure him. So this guy is a psychopath, is crazy. Look at the outfit he has from the 7th century. So these people are retarded imbeciles. And this is the problem. And he is creating all these chants and everything.
إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون.
And the Catholic Church also uses the sounds of the Almighty, like the Catholic Church uses Gregorian chants. Amen. See, all this is used by all the churches. They all have chanting and sounds. They come from ancient Egypt, 5,000 years ago. They all use sounds, and they talk like that, and they communicate. There are 8,000 languages spoken on the planet. And the reason we can communicate with each other, we are primates, is because of the FOXP2 gene, the gene that actually makes help the primate be able to make sounds and communicate 8,000 languages. That's the reason you understand me very well when I talk to you in English, for instance. There are many variations, but si en este momento te empiezo a hablar contigo el español, no me vas a entender. You're not going to understand what I'm saying. You werde nicht mehr verstehen, was ich spreche in diesem Moment, nicht wahr? Es va, la misma cosa in italiano, la lingua italiana, che mi piace molto, capisce niente. You understand exactly what I'm saying because I'm switching languages. Et ich denke, das ist Wahrheit. Je crois que la même chose avec l'enfantisme, puis que tu peux comprendre tout ce que je veux dire maintenant, n'est-ce pas? And the same thing with languages, because it's all the FOXP2 gene, and they create that. But if you believe in God, you are psychotic, you are schizophrenic, you are demented, you are having this cancer of the brain, HIV of the brain, of God belief, or imaginary friend belief, which is religious psychosis, and HIV of the brain. And this is the problem, and you see that clearly in this.
هم وأزواجهم على الأرائك متكئون.
The same thing I can tell you by chanting. The same thing can be done in any language. Oh, it's like opera. Same thing. It's the idea that you communicate and you make these sounds and you go like that. It's gesture supposed to be magic and supposed to be to the gods and all that crap. And you go like this and you put the hands like this, like the idiocratic psychotic infected imbeciles that they pray to the god and go the hands like that. They're psychotic people, and they belong in the mental institution. That's where they belong.
عن ابن عباس قال: قيل يا رسول الله أنفضي إلى نسائنا في الجنة كما نفضي إليهن في الدنيا.
See, it's all psychosis. So keep in mind, religions and mental illness, keep the brain healthy. In other words, atheist.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
May God protect us.
Hindu prayer.
May God nourish us.
8,000 languages.
Together. May our dialogue be.
They're all crazy people. They're all psychotic people.
Hate.
They don't realize there are 8,000 languages spoken on the planet. 8,000!
Lead us from untruth to truth.
The modern languages started
from
with
darkness to light.
in the
From death.
after the Christ psychotics took over the Roman Empire in the 4th century. They taught people and they raped the brain of children, and that's why the languages evolved. The modern language of today evolved from the Latin and Greek and the different little variations. Over 2,000 years ago, or 1,700 years ago, after the Nazis took over the Roman Empire. So that's what it is. And you'll be able to speak thanks to the FOXP, the FOXP2 gene. That's the reason we can speak. But all these people are crazy. They're all infected, or religious psychotics. They don't see it. They all have a cancer in the brain. Sick brains can only create sick thinking. I for fever, imaginary friend, or for irrational belief acceptance. That's what these people have. A psychosis. They should bring a schizophrenic doing prayers for the ancient aliens and for the UFO abductees and the brain implants that the ancient aliens put in your brain. They should bring a schizophrenic over here into this inter-religious psychosis nonsense. They ought to do that. Man, incredible the ignorance in this time. All religious psychotics.
Victory begets
Know that we attain God when we love, and only that victory endures.
And
In
psychosis.
consequence of which no one is defeated.
God. What is God? And of course, God is love. Because God is cock. The creator God is our penis that when you spit semen into the cock in the cave of creation of ladies or does anything, it creates, which is love. You're loving somebody. It produces orgasm, which is a great feeling to. It's a reward of God. Cock. That actually make us create brains if we get somebody pregnant. So really, truly, God is love because God is cock. Very simple. And it's been like that since 40,000 years ago, since religious were created, religious psychosis. Because one can take religion out of a sex act, but never, never religion, we can never take sex acts and entheogens out of religion's rituals. All religion rituals had sacred sex and the ingestion of entheogens, which are psychotropic substances or sacraments that when you ingest them, you can, which are different drugs of plants like atropa belladonna, henbane, and datura flowers, and amanita muscari, and things like that. And when you ingest that in the ritual in the temple, when you're going to have sex, when you're going to have sacred sex and experience God, you ingest these sacraments, and you can see the feeling, you can see in your brain all these amazing lights and things and voices and sounds, and in the moment that you're loving, you're doing the sacred act, you come all over the place. And you say, oh God. See, this was happening 10,000 years ago. This was called phallic worship. In those days, people, the ancients didn't know what we know today. We know today science thanks to atheism. And we know biology and all that, except for religious psychosis that are stupid, ignorant imbeciles that believe in imaginary friends. And that's the problem. But in truth, many of the Christian psychotics develop, they believe, they associated the penis with Christ in a certain way, or with the different gods, even with Allah and with all the different gods. But the interesting thing is that many times they represent the crucifix. How are you going to represent the balls of the penis of Jesus Christ? He had a penis because he's a man, and he has balls. So how can you represent that? And he actually loved and had sex and all that. Supposedly, he was just also a man, but a god. So there was a very confusion in the ancient church when the Christianity was created. So therefore, they put in many of them, they will have an image of a crucifix with a penis. The abdominal muscles, they were created as a penis, an erect penis, which is a penis Christ. And you'll see this in this monastery, 12th century monastery. There is a crucifix that has the penis of this Christian, and I will show it to you. And it was a church in Texas or in Connecticut or Tennessee, I think it was. They have the replica of in the church, the Catholic Church, and people started complaining that was pornographic. But it's the truth because it's a replica. And the same thing was placed in when the Pope visited. And you'll see it right here. But, and I will show it to you, but it's modified. Because I zoom in and all that. I say, oh, this is that San Damiano crucifix. But it was all fixed up and all that by the figure, and everything is the same. But it's all revamped. So it didn't show penis Christ. And here is a crucifix hung at the Pope's Mass, and which is in San Damiano. Here is the real San Damiano crucifix, a 12th century crucifix, and you see here, it's penis Christ.
عباس ما شغلهم. الله يقول إن أصحاب الجنة في شغل. هل عندهم إشغال؟ عندهم ما انتهى النصب والتعب والعبادة؟ ما الذي شغلهم يا ابن عباس؟ قال شغلهم افتراض الأبكار. شغلهم افتراض الأبكار.
Busy tearing hymens. You know, when I put my penis Christ in many virginal ladies. They wanted to experience penis Christ, so when I was going to the university, I said, of course, my pleasure. It is terrible. Trying to have sex with a girl that is a virgin, especially I had some that was 22 years old and she was a virgin and she wanted me to actually introduce her to penis Christ. It is terrible. It's not enjoyable at all. They keep grabbing this stuff and they sliding. Oh, come on, relax and do this. And I was very gentle and very nice. Oh no, this girl, they're sliding. I mean, I grab her, find her by the bed, and accept penis Christ as your Lord and Savior. And she said, oh my God. They all mention God when you have sex with them, when you have this procreation, you introduce it, and they would fulfill orgasm. I mean, it's great. But see, this is what this imbecile doesn't realize. And they cover the women up completely with all these veils. They got from the Royal Empire. These are sick people. But that's religion is a mental illness. It's terrible. This anti-sex. Well, in the 21st century, we're not in the 7th or the 4th or the 12th. And Christians are pretty bad too. The Christ psychotic are terrible. And the United States, the Christianity-infected nation with all these infectors raping the brain of children in churches. And this is the problem in this country. That's the reason we have the problems we have. But there's a mental illness, friends. Mental illness. And just to show you about how ignorant, Christ psychotic, anti-sex, demented United States of America is this is an example. I was banned from Facebook for 30 days because I posted this picture of a Roman sculpture at the ruins of the villa of my namesake Lucius Carpunio Piso Soninus. I'm trying to educate people in Facebook and posting these science things, but we have an ignorant billionaire freak moron Zuckerberg, a billionaire imbecile, ignorant, has no idea he was proud of the word fuck. This guy is so imbecile despite his being Jewish, and the Jews are the smartest people on the planet. But he's a stupid and ignorant in history. And I was banned from Facebook when I tried to educate people and warn them about Christ psychosis in the United States of America. And I posted this and I was banned for 30 days for posting this. That shows you how Christianity infected imbeciles United States of America is. And they are allowed to rape the brain of children, to cut their penises, circumcise the penises, and suck the blood. And that's allowed. But when I'm trying to post photos of an antique piece of sculpture, a work of art, then I get banned for 30 days. Assholes. Zuckerberg should get his brain fixed. And you know what he can do with his billions? Ignorant. It makes no difference if you're a billionaire when you're an ignoramus. You don't know that you're a product of a speed of sperm from your father's penis Christ. Imbecile. See, this is from in Tennessee. Look at this. Look at this. Prohibit. They want to keep American students ignorant, stupid. They don't know anything about science. They don't know anything about sex. The only thing is reading only one book, the Bible, and crap like that. When you prohibit a student from learning about anything, not Islam, you're keeping them ignorant, stupid, and theotarded, imbeciles. This is the problem. These are the cause of it. The Christianity-infected psychopath parents stuck in the Middle Ages. And they learn all that from churches. From churches. This is the problem in this country. Christ psychosis. They don't learn about anything. They're idiots. See, nobody seems to realize that We are product of coitus. And like I said, I don't know, a million times I've been saying this. In all my YouTube videos, I keep insisting, hey, the brain is the organ you create thinking with. Come on, atheists, clueless, blind, idiots. Religious people are sick people. The churches rape the brain of children, and you should talk about it and have these idiots committed. And don't allow anybody to be a senator or just rank them down and demand, especially mentally healthy, in other words, atheists, neurologists, should demand that all religious people, priests and pastors are raping the brain of children. They should be committed. They should not allow, these people should be, they're disgusting. They rape the brain of children. They are really the rapists. And they don't see it. And I keep saying it all the time. I mean, all my YouTube videos I express the facts, and I don't have many viewers, because the only time I will have a lot of viewers, 1 million viewers, if I have a little dog that shed on the desk and everybody, oh, how cute, and then I have 1 million viewers. This is America for you. The most ignorant, deluded, Christianity-infected nation on the planet. The kids are very ignorant. They don't know anything anymore. The youth they're raping the brain, thanks to the education in this country. So Christianity-infected is idiots. They're believing all this. They have no idea about science. None. And they're very ignorant. But anyway, enjoy the truth. Religion is a mental illness, and I keep repeating it. So, keep the brain healthy, those atheists. The more you know, the more difficult it is for others to lie. Always connect the dots, confirm things, verify the information. Don't only read one book and that's it. Read many, compare. Don't ever believe what anybody tells you. You have to verify it and connect the dots and compare different books. Learn who the author of the book is, to see his upbringing or her upbringing. Before you read a book of anybody, concentrate on the upbringing of the person. The person has been in a Christianity-infected home, all that. You have to kind of, then you know why he's writing these books. Even mentally healthy Richard Dawkins and Harris and the others, especially Richard Dawkins, was born in Christianity-infected England. He never says that. And he was brought up in speaking English, Christianity-infected language, which is English, one of the variations. And learned in Oxford, a Christianity-infected, founded by Christianity-infected England. The Queen of England is the head of the church. So anyway, you have all this bias of this Christian infection. Even though he calls himself an atheist, the man is very ignorant in ancient history and in religious psychosis and in neurology. Richard Dawkins should learn neurology. Every atheist scientist should learn how to use the brain first, whatever profession they choose. We should learn how to use the brain first. And since we are both, you have 2, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, always, I'm creating thinking with the brain. Always the brain, and then learn whatever you want to learn. And then go to university and all that. So always concentrating, always rejecting the fairy tales and demented, deluded illusions of religious psychosis. So believing gods and angels and spirits, which is a psychosis and it's a mental illness. It's a really damaging for our brains. The brain is the organ we create thinking with. Pace te oro.